ladies and gentlemen, my name is Albert Pacevich, and this is my business partner,
Adrian Buck.
and we own a company for private aircraft services in the tri-state area by the name of Whetwings LLC. We're trying to start a podcast here to highlight what it means to be successful in the 21st century and what people are doing in order to attain this success.
So we wanted to start out by explaining a little bit about ourselves and about our aviation company, just to give a basis on what we know so far and what we can delegate and asking other people, more successful people, to give you an idea of what our struggles were coming to this point and what we look forward to. So the name of our company, as my business partner said, is Whetwings LLC, and we started about a year and a half ago at a small airport in Fairfield, New Jersey, by the name of Caldwell, Essex County Municipal Airport. I was working as a line service technician for about 2 years there. What that entails is fueling, servicing, basically just client satisfaction with private aircraft and charter aircraft. That's a range of anything from small training flights in Cessna 172s that hold 4 people, all the way up to Gulfstream 650s, which are huge, massive 18 people cabin private jets that can get you from New Jersey to France in 6-7 hours. I saw a demand in the airport that I was working at. I met everybody every day. I would be going around fueling these aircraft and talking to the owners and operators, mechanics, about what the needs were, and basically I was just trying to get a grasp on aviation, which was so daunting to me at the time. And as I progressed and met people, I just realized everybody's just a regular person, regardless of how much their net worth is. You can talk to them like a human, and most of the time they're super respectful and they will talk to you back just like a human. So basically I understood that there was a need at that specific field for detailing aircraft. A lot of these aircraft are beautiful, but they're dirty, they're overused, they're flown a lot, there's oil, hydraulic fluid, bugs. You'll get these planes pretty dirty pretty quick, and for people to be paying the multiple thousands of dollars that they are to fly on these aircraft, they should be able to walk out and see a pristine, clean, shining aircraft, not something that has oil marks all over it. And so I just thought to myself, my coworker really brought up the idea at the time. He told me, hey, we could probably make some money detailing. Because at that airport at that time there was only a mechanic who was doing detailing, and my boss from the service job who had one guy doing detailing on the side. It wasn't enough to meet the airport demands, and so I decided to go ahead and try with my coworker there to start a company. And as soon as we brought it up to my boss, he basically told us, hey, I don't want a competitor. Even though he wasn't able to keep up with the airport demands, he told me, I don't want a competitor. You go ahead and go to another field. Don't detail here. And it was almost an undertone of, hey, if you start this company, I'm probably going to get rid of you. So that kind of made my coworkers who originally came up with the idea, that made them a little nervous and made them back off from the planes I was cleaning. I decided, hey, I'm going to do it either way. I don't want to let my dreams die just in pursuit of another man's dream. I decided that I wanted to go ahead and do it anyways. So even behind my boss's back, I had to risk my position for a little bit to go ahead and detail some clients' aircraft that I found just by talking and showing them my time has value. I put my work where my words are. I got to meet my first 2-3 clients. I started working on them, and my coworkers just refused to pick up a rag and start helping me. So I called my best friend, Albert here, and he was the only person who really came by, and he said, hey man, I don't know what's going on really, but I'm willing to go ahead and pick up a rag and help, So after that, I saw that this guy is the only one who probably has enough balls to come ahead and do this with me. So we went into the office and signed a couple documents. We hit up our friend. We got a logo made. It's been a journey that's been harder than we expected. It's been more interesting and more intriguing than we could have ever imagined.
And more rewarding.
More rewarding. It's gotten us places that we would have never even seen ourselves a year prior. Like my partner said here, we now have access to a multitude of high wealth individuals that normally people our age would not have. And so we wanted to take our privilege in what we get to hear every day and try and bring it to the audience here, hopefully younger people who are also looking to become successful by their own means. And we wanted to really just go ahead and expose, we kind of realized, just like we realized that there's a deficit in the detailing at that airport, we realized that there's a deficit in aviation business related content that's available on the internet. I think everything in aviation is very niche, it's very secluded, it's hard to find a lot of detailed videos on this kind of thing. It's a very small section of the world. It's a very expensive thing that looks out of reach to many people. And I think the goal of this podcast is to show you that you can do it, you can get there, and nothing's out of reach.
So the individuals that we want to bring onto this podcast will range from athletes to businessmen to up-and-coming content creators that already have a stronghold within their given niche. And we want to see what they're doing differently and what they see others not doing yet, to spark ideas in you for you to maybe embark on your entrepreneurial journey. A lot of people have this analysis paralysis of situations. They look at a given industry, they really want to start a business in there, but they don't know exactly where to start. And that was the hardest part for me. I always had an entrepreneurial spirit. Growing up, I'd ride my bike around garage sales. I'd pick up anything that I think could be sold on the internet, and I just tried to flip it. And it was a hard grind. Eventually, when I grew older, I really wanted to start a legitimate company. However, when you're by yourself, you can't really pinpoint where you want to go or what you want to start, because there's just so much noise within the internet or any media you consume on this given topic, because everyone wants to inform you in some sort of capacity, but you don't know what knowledge to extract from that. With this podcast, we really want to make it concise and show you that it isn't hard and help you to take your first steps on your journey.
The world really is not out to get you. I think people are a lot more helpful and willing to work together. I think it's natural for humans to work together. And I think, I agree with everybody learning to err on the side of caution when dealing with strangers, but I think that it's also important to learn that people are exactly that, people, and they're amazing. And there's a lot you can get done, and there's a lot you can do just by talking to the right ones. A lot of corporate decisions can be correlated to each other. I think regardless if it's the decision of myself wanting to pursue detailing with somebody else other than my coworkers, or if it's some business mogul's decision to go ahead and dump a certain stock in the amount of millions of dollars. I can only tell you what I know works, and they can only tell you what they know works. There's a lot of, just like my partner said, there's a lot of speculation, there's a lot of noise on the internet. You can go ahead and go on Reddit and you can look up a billion things and you're going to get a billion answers. But if we talk directly to the source, to people who you know are successful, to people who you can look up and see their net worth, we want concise answers from them to a young person who is asking for guidance in a certain direction to become more like successful people.
I think that eventually, at the end of the day, as my partner said, you look up a billion things and you get a billion answers, but it's much simpler than that. It's all about one step at a time. And our ultimate goal with this podcast is to help you stop analyzing and motivate you to start doing.
Check this out. As we summarize in this video, we're going to be starting a podcast by the name of Whetstone Podcasts. We hope to sharpen minds for young, upcoming individuals who are ambitious and have a sense of drive. That's the same thing. But anyways, let us know what you guys want to see from us. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comment section below. Whetstone out.